It's MacDonald.
And your title with respect to your organization?
I'm just the site coordinator here at the Festival of Life. I'm a volunteer for the Cures Not Wars, the initiative of the Festival of Life.
Okay, so let's talk about your broad themes today. What are your goals today?
Well, our goal today is to have a large demonstration and march in Chicago, from out of here down to Michigan Avenue, 800 block, up by the federal prison to the federal plaza area, then back to the northern part of Michigan to 800 block, and back down. So we're going to have a type of demonstration and party and networking.
How many people do you think are going to show up, Rob?
Well, since we've been pulling on the constituency of the Hemp Initiative people here, the IMI people, they had 40,000 kids pay $5 a head to come to their event. And since ours are free, and we've networked all over the United States, we tend to have at least 30 or 40,000 come.
Yeah, right.
Okay, and so again, the important themes for you today, stop the war on drugs, is that your main
Yes,
focus?
yes, because what we have, he was mentioning heroin. Now, Cures Not Wars, we have a cure for heroin called Ibogaine that we're offering in Chicago and the country that, like marijuana, is now Class 1 drug, non-prescriptive, but we want to move it to a Class 2. Okay, there's a stopping within the National Institute of Drug Abuse of shifting drug classifications for medical purposes. The biggest example of that is medical marijuana. Dennis Perone will be here. Ibogaine cures heroin addiction. And if the federal government actually sells methadone and goes outside the country for imperial reasons to invade them due to the production of cocaine and heroin, I think there's an agenda to kind of repress certain medications, and that's offensive to this constituency of people. Secondly, the prison industry is the main focus of the whole protest throughout this week, and Dave will talk more about Leonard Peltier and their protests on Tuesday. The federal prison area and the federal government behind them have refused to give us a permit, illegally, for rallying in their small plaza on our parade route, which has been permitted by the city of Chicago. So Daley's office, although they've put every obfuscating force in front of us, has come across with the permit on last minute. The federal government, however, kind of criminally denied us the site at the most pointed institution that we're against, which is the prison industry. So there will be a confrontation.
Okay, so Rob, when you say confrontation, what does that mean?
Well, hopefully there won't be, all right? The people that I've spoken to said they want to riot. Okay, and I said, well, please don't. But I've come for 7.5 months, and I have millions of briefcases filled with paperwork to just make it easy. I've done everything humanly possible to facilitate this. And the very fact that sneakily, neglectfully, the GSA administrators of the plaza area around the Metropolitan Correctional Center have refused to give me a permit, and they gave me a denial letter that didn't even refer to my application. I think it's bogus and reflects President Clinton's obstinance around these new crime bills and drug bills he's pushing through, which are just incarcerating more and more poor people. So that's our site. We'll be there probably throughout the week, vigiling against prisons.
Okay, let me ask you one last question, and that is, I'm assuming you're a Democrat. Is that a correct assumption?
Well, I was, okay? I'm not from 1968, I was before that, okay? But President Clinton came in saying he had tried smoking pot, and he was going to give us national health care, and he was going to get rid of bigotry in the military by letting gays in. He reneged on every one of those three. He reneged on student issues. He didn't help when the students were being attacked on the state level as the state institutions all jacked their rates up and cut their services. So President Clinton has shown no leadership in what is typically known as a Democratic agenda. Okay, so the fact that the Democrats tried to put through a crime bill that had wiretapping on it, the Republicans pulled out. So I don't trust either party. I've lost faith in both of them. And the idea that both parties want to say there's complicity to the agenda of what's happening in America is absolutely wrong. Young people and minorities are extremely offended and feel they have little else to do but revolt and protest. And we're just trying to create public forum areas for expression. And the very fact that Chicago is so tight in giving them up and the federal government hasn't points that there's a big repression in the United States, and to back up what David Dulles said, it's much worse, and the media, although you seem to be interviewing me now, have not been reflecting some of these underground desires. I mean, marijuana movement has got 30,000 people all over the United States, 30,000 30,000 at each gathering, and it never gets caught. Student rallies, the one I did in New York City.
I need to see.